ago, here in a couple of weeks, my mom died. And in the year that followed her death, I wrote a series of poems, and many of them are about to be published by Liquid Light Press in a little book called From the Ashes. And I'd like to read one piece that will be in that book. It's called A Walk with Mom. I went for a walk with Mom yesterday. I got onto the canal path, could not stop obsessing about those fucking bosses fucking with me. I was so frustrated not to be able to silence my anger, disappointment, fever, pain. I finally called out to Mom, just started talking aloud to her, telling her how lost I was again. When I paused, thinking I had just momentarily run out of things to say, I became aware. I knew a responding presence. I was not talking out loud to myself at all. I was in a conversation. She was no corporeal, no holographic being. We were together in some alternative space, having slid from parallel universes into a crosslands, the way two light beams can overlap, mingle particle waves, make wave particles indistinguishably one without losing their otherness identities. I did not hear her voice as much as felt it. This is the way a stone-deaf percussionist improvises with a jazz band. It's all about vibrations vibrating other vibrations, inter-vibrating, intra-vibrations within, amongst helixes of interwoven helixes, twisting vibrant strands, tangled spun from our little sun, a trembling, weeping scar sign on the black skin of primordial oneness, dancing with joy. It was like that, except it was just me and my mom. And I was walking along the canal, and she was with me. And we were having a conversation. I used words. She used something else for which I have no name. If someone saw me, they would have seen an old man walking a strong but uneven paced gait, talking out loud to himself, sometimes sobbing. Someone who saw me might have thought I was not taking my medication, or in early onset dementia, or talking on a cell phone. They couldn't see from that far away, but no one was on the canal path but me and my mom. Don't think I was out of my body. I was as fully in my body as I was once in hers, more fully in my body than I'd ever been. This was not a dream, not like an hallucination. It was certainly nothing like pharmaceutical fantasies, chemical imbalances. I've had plenty of those. I can testify with confidence from my own experience. My mom and I went for a walk yesterday, her death notwithstanding. We walked a while together. I don't know how or why. I don't believe in ghosts or spirits. I don't believe in life after death. This was not some cheap grace TV Hollywood pop culture tearjerker fare. I'm not religious. We walked together most of 3 miles. Me using words and my voice. She using her new ways of engaging with me. When she left, we said our usual goodbyes. I love you, I miss you, see you again soon. Then my body was wrapped by hers. She held me as completely, tightly, tenderly as she had when I was born. And she called me son. She let me know she would come again. She could do that now. I felt her leave me the way sunshine fades from my body when clouds come between the light and the place on the canal path where I stood with grief joy dripping on my shoes. As I left the path to re-enter my neighborhood world, I saw a mother, her child, each on obviously new grown-up bicycles, approach the entrance to the canal path. Swing out in an arc to bump over the curb onto the path. Stand up like this, the mother demonstrated, explained. If you stay parallel, the bike could slide out from under you and crash. Then the mother waited. The child swung out less than her mom, bumped up over the curb onto the path, and the two rode on. together. I stood, watched them go out of sight, the mother staying just enough ahead to avoid interfering, enough to instruct the child, becoming braver. And I smiled. Thought, Mom is always helping somebody. Walked home. Yeah, I love that piece. Some days it's harder to read than others.